Hi, my name's Ethan Reimer. This is my very first video I've ever made using this uh, webcam device thing. So I figured probably the best way to go about this is just to do it in the raw and just put myself out there and make everything clear. So my name's Ethan Reimer. I'm from Southwest Kansas, Dodge City to be specific. I am currently a anthropology senior at Kansas State University. I don't have a script or anything for today. This is just kind of me and my workspace. You can tell it's kind of a mess, but that's just, I have an ambition for organization and cleanliness, and it's just an ambition right now. So, um, yeah, so kind of like the purpose of me starting to do these vlogs are to kind of document my experience in a digital format. Um, to I guess I don't really know what the purpose for it is though, but that's kind of um, my interest in anthropology is how people are documenting their own lives by using the internet and using different digital media platforms. You're using Instagram to create these new albums of your life. You're using Facebook as like a, I don't know, information sharing type of thing, as well as a diary of sorts. People are doing this all on their own for themselves. So I think that's a very interesting thing. And like, how does like where what was the what's the value in that? Why is that such like a big thing for our generation? So um, I guess that's just a simple run through. This semester is going to be a really busy semester for me. I'm the president of a club, the anthropology club. That'll be something that I'll probably you'll hear about throughout the series of these videos. Also, I'll be taking this class called digital ethnography, where we will be living in a retirement community, documenting the lives of these people who live at this retirement community, as well as learning about ourselves and how our perspectives on this community as well, and how that kind of shapes the way we see the elderly, and also how the elderly like shapes us as young people. So um, I'm sure there's a lot more that's going to go into that too. So I actually attended my first my very first like kind of meet and greet with this community today. And something I think I think the biggest hurdle I'm going to have to come across is like establishing myself as a sort of ethnographer is when I'm entering these communities. I have this large amount of anxiety around people. It's in part because I have a hard time like connecting with people in that sort of like setting, I guess. So that's probably going to be one of my biggest hurdles, is dealing with that social anxiety. But yeah, so today's experience was kind of really, it was really nice. I stepped into this, large building, and met in this the community room where I guess they meet. I'm guessing they meet monthly. Today it was like a town hall meeting basically for everyone, open for everyone who lives in this community. Um, and I attended, and it was very welcoming and great. And I happened to be the only anthropologist in the room, or at least the only student anthropologist in the room. And they had me stand up and introduce myself to everyone, and that was I was very nervous. So it was like, I have no idea what I'm getting myself into, but that's part of the experience. So that's another thing that I'll be documenting. I'm also going to be a teaching assistant for an introductory cultural anthropology class. So that's something else you might be hearing about, as well as just kind of like my daily life, and something that's kind of removed from schoolwork is I'm starting to try to like adapt to more of like a healthy lifestyle, being more active, like with my body physically as well as mentally, emotionally, trying to keep everything in line there. So avoiding stress where I can, managing stress and managing my time better and all that sort of stuff. So um, yeah, so I guess I guess one last thing to conclude this introductory video to my digital ethnographic, auto ethnographic experience here is to tell you maybe a little bit more about myself so you can maybe um, relate a little better. Um, I'm a big fan of pizza. I kind of market myself on pizza and Dr. Pepper probably. So I know it's probably not the healthiest choice I can make, but man, I mean, I've said it before, love comes in a box and it's pizza. So, um, my spirit animal is a cat. I'm very cat-like, I feel. It's like I'm kind of skittish around people sometimes, but also I really like to cuddle. So that's that's something there. What else? I like movies and music. I think that goes for a lot of people though, so it's not anything super unique, right? But really into independent films and really like I've just kind of latched onto this idea of how people present messages in everyday life, how they create meaning and how meaning creates them, and like I just it's gonna be quite a ride this semester. So uh, I hope you stick with me. I don't really care so much about followers or whatever. It's just kind of like me throwing myself out there. So just gonna do it, and I hope you stick around and kind of see what happens and